In this lecture, we are going to discuss the Z transform and ROC of finite duration sequences. Now, if my sequence given to us is right-handed sequence, that means that for all the values that are on the right hand side of the given sequence or the right hand side of the origin. So for this we have xn is equal to 0 for all the values that are less than n naught. Okay, so if n naught is greater than equal to 0, then the sequence is called as causal or a positive time sequence. Okay, so for the ROC for such a sequence will be the entire z plane except at z is equal to 0. Now to understand it, we can see a numerical. Find z transform and ROC of the causal sequence xn is equal to 2 minus 1 3 2 0 1. So as we can see that this is a finite sequence and the origin is represented by this arrow. Okay, in any of the numerical, if this arrow is not given, then the first entity or the first term is represented as the origin. Okay, now we already know by the definition of our Z transform that the Z transform is given as xz is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity xn into z to the power minus n, and all of this sequence is falling on the right side of this origin. Now accordingly, if I expand this expansion, xz is equal to may be represented as x of minus 1 z, and there can be other values as well, x of minus 2 z to the power minus 2 z to the power 2 and so on, plus x0 that is the origin, plus x1 z to the power minus 1 plus x2 into z to the power minus 2 plus so on. So this is the expanded form of this equation number 1. Now from the given sequence, I can say that since 2 is at origin, then x0 is equal to 2, x1 is minus 1, x2 is 3, x3 is 2, x4 is 0 and x5 is 1. Now if I put these values in this equation, the expanded form, then as this x0 is given, I can put a 2 over here, and since none of the other values are given, so they are considered to be 0. So this x of minus 1 will be basically a 0, so it is not represented over here. Now, and the x of minus 2 and all the numbers are not given, so they will be considered as 0. So this is the only z transform of these values. So xz can be obtained as 2. Now minus, because this value is having a minus over here, so minus, and if I can put this value of x1, so that is minus 1 into z to the power minus 1, that's why a minus z to the power minus 1 is over here. Then x2, the value of x2 is 3, so if I can put the value of x2 over here, then it will be 3 into z to the power minus 2, so subsequently 3 into z to the power minus 2 is over here. Then x3 is 2, so the value of x3 I can put over here, so it will be 2 into z to the power minus 3, so 2 into z to the power minus 3 is over here. And x4 is 0, so since x4 is 0, then it will be 0 into z to the power minus 4, which will be ultimately 0, so I have not mentioned it over here. Okay, in the next term x5 is 1, So I can put the value of x5 1 over here. So it will be z to the power minus 5. So z to the power minus 5 is written over here. So this is the z transform of my given sequence. Now, since it should converge, so for converging we should know the ROC or the region where it can converge. So it can converge at all the values except at z is equal to 0. Now why it cannot converge on z is equal to 0 is because if I put z is equal to 0 in this equation or this answer, then it will ultimately result in xz is equal to infinity. So my answer cannot reach infinity if I want it to converge to a particular value. So I cannot take z is equal to 0 as my region of convergence. Okay, that's why we have taken all the values of z except at z is equal to 0. Now similarly, left hand sequence we have. Now for left hand sequence, all the values on the right are 0. That means n greater than equal to n naught are 0. So it means that if n naught is less than equal to 0, then the resulting sequence is anti-causal. So all the values to the left of your origin are taken into consideration. Now for such sequences, the ROC is the entire z plane except z is equal to infinity. Now to understand this again, we will have this question: find the z transform and ROC of the anti-causal sequence xn is equal to 3, 2, minus 1, minus 4, 1. Now the solution of this question is given as xz is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity xn into z to the power minus n. This is basically the definition of your z transform. Now if I expand it, I can get it in this form. Okay. Now from the given sequence, we have xn is equal to 3, 2, minus 1, minus 4, 1. Now this 1, under this 1 we have this arrow. That means this 1 is the origin. Okay. So subsequently my x0 will be equal to 1. My x of minus 1 is equal to minus 4. My x of minus 2 is minus 1. My x of minus 3 is 2. My x of minus 4 is 3. I do not have any values on the right. So all these values will be 0. And apart from minus 4, all the values will be 0. So if I put these values in this expanded form, it will result in xz is equal to 3z to the power 4 plus 2z cube minus z square minus 4z plus 1, where xz converges for all values of z except at z is equal to infinity. Now here it is not converging for z is equal to infinity. Now because if I put z is equal to infinity over here, my xz will result in infinity. So it won't converge. Therefore my answer will be that it will be converging, or my ROC that for this z transform to converge will accept all the values of z except at z is equal to infinity. Now the third condition is when we have a two-sided sequence. That means we are having both the left and the right-sided sequence. That means in my given question we have values on both the sides, that is right side of the origin and the left side of the origin. Then for such sequences, the ROC is the entire z plane except at z is equal to 0 and z is equal to infinity. So for the z transform of the sequence xn is equal to 1, 2, 0, minus 4, 3, 2, 1, 6, 5. Now this arrow is below 3. So that means this is corresponding to x0. Okay, now according to my definition of Z transform, I can say that xz is equal to sigma n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity xn into z to the power minus n. So I can expand this, and accordingly I can say that my value of x0 is 3 from this equation, since the arrow is below 3. So x0 is 3. So all the values to the left will be x of minus 1 is equal to minus 4, x of minus 2 is equal to 0, x of minus 3 is equal to 2, x of minus 4 is equal to 1, and on the right of this 3 will be the plus values, that is x1 is equal to 2, x2 is equal to 1, x3 is equal to 6, x4 is equal to 5. Now subsequently I can put these values in this equation number 2, and I can obtain my Z transform, that is xz is equal to z to the power 4 plus 2z cube minus 4z plus 3 plus 2z inverse plus z to the power minus 2 plus 6z to the power minus 3 plus 5z to the power minus 4. Now this xz converges for all values except at z is equal to 0 and z is equal to infinity. Now why it converges for all the values except for z is equal to 0 and z is equal to infinity? Because if I put z is equal to 0 over here, then these values on the left of x0 will be basically 0, but on the right they will have a value of infinity. So that ultimately this xz will become infinity. And similarly, if I put the infinity, z is equal to infinity over here, then these values will corresponding to 0, but this values will be having infinity. So xz will be ultimately reaching infinity. That's why we can say that this can converge, or the ROC can be for all the values of z except at 0 and infinity. Now similarly, there is a question which has been asked and which is oftenly asked, that find the Z transform of the following sequence xn is equal to un minus un minus 3. Now given to us is this value. Now it is very easy to solve this question by using your graphs. Now we already know that your unit step sequence un is given as the value 1 from n is equal to 0 to infinity. So I can plot it. So at 0 I have a 1 over here, at 1 I have 1, at 2 I have 1. So all the positive values over here are at 1 and all the negative values are at 0. That means my unit step sequence is given as un is equal to 1 for n greater than equal to 0 and 0 otherwise. Now if I put un minus 3, it means that there is a shift of 3 positions. So if there is a shift of 3 position, that means this 0 will shift towards the right and at 3. Okay, so all the values will shift towards on the right of this values. So subsequently I will be having this 1 from 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on till infinity. So I will be having, since it is shifted 3 places, so at these 3 places again I will be having a 0. Okay, so if I subtract un minus 3, if I put these values, or if I subtract un minus 3 from un, then it will ultimately subtract all these values which are lying below 3 and subsequently apart from 3 towards the positive side of your n or towards infinity. All the values will get subtracted. Okay, the only values that will be left will be 0, 1, 2. So these values, since in un minus 3 their value is 0, so ultimately it will result in at 0 I will be having a 1, at 1 I will be having a 1, and at 2 I will be having a 1. So my function xn can be represented as 1 for 0 is less than equal to n is less than equal to 2 and 0 otherwise. So it means that my x0 will be 1, my x1 will be 1 and my x2 will be 1. The only values that will be 1, otherwise all the values will be having a 0. So if I put this in my Z transform equation, if that is n is equal to minus infinity to plus infinity xn into z to the power minus n, then xn, if I expand it and I put the values, x0 I have put 1 over here. Now x1 again it is a 1, so I put 1 into z to the power minus 1, it results in z to the power minus 1, and x2 again it is a 1 and it represents 1 into z to the power minus 2. So this will be my xz will be 1 plus z minus 1 plus z to the power minus 2. Now the ROC is entire z plane except z is equal to 0. So in this way we can find the z transform and ROC of the finite duration sequence. The ROC of the entire z plane can be calculated. Now since this in this numerical the sequence is basically a right sided one, we have said that entire z plane except z is equal to 0 will be the ROC. Thank you.